If you've ever wanted to be the very best like no one ever was, then now is your time to shine. The Pokémon Go game is here and it's an absolute phenomenon. The goal of the augmented reality game for your smartphone is to get users out and into their neighborhoods to explore and find as many virtual pocket monsters as possible. Like in the classic handheld video game series, you begin your adventure by picking a starter. At first, you'll be surrounded with the three classic starter Pokémon: Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. If the original three aren't your cup of tea, there's a hidden fourth starter, Pikachu. To get the iconic sidekick to appear, you'll have to show a little restraint. As you start the game and see Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle surround you, ignore them. Walk away from the area and wait for them to relocate to your position. After the fourth time, Pikachu should appear with the others. Go ahead and tap on the newly visible Pokémon and start your capture. As you walk around, you'll see a small tab in the lower right corner that will display nearby Pokémon. Tapping this tab will open a window that shows the approximate distance you are from all possible Pokémon in the area, represented by footsteps, with 3 footsteps showing that the Pokémon is fairly far away, 2 meaning that it's moderately nearby, and 1 meaning that you're close. After tapping on one of the nearby Pokémon, the tab will adjust to show just that Pokémon and how far away it is. If you move your smartphone around in different directions, a green light will eventually flash around the white rectangle. This indicates the correct direction to head to find that Pokémon. As you tap and hold on your Pokeball, a colored ring will appear around the Pokémon you're trying to catch. Different colors denote the likelihood of catching the Pokémon, with green being the easiest and red the most difficult. If the circle is yellow, orange, or red, you can feed raspberries to a Pokémon to make it easier to catch. To increase the number of Pokémon around you, use incense and lure modules. Incense is a usable item that you can purchase in the Pokémon Go shop or nab by leveling up. It attracts Pokémon to you and thus increases the odds of catching a rare Pokémon. It also lowers the probability of them fleeing. Lure models work in a similar way, but need to be applied to a Pokestop in order to use them. The lures attract Pokémon to that location for 30 minutes, and in doing so, benefit all players in the area. So if you see a spot on your map with pink, confetti-like animation, go there for a better chance at finding Pokémon. One of the main goals of the game is to get the strongest Pokémon possible, and the best way to do this is through evolution, but it isn't easy. In order to evolve, say, an Eevee, you will need 25 Eevee candies. Every Eevee you catch nets you 3 candies, and transferring them to Professor Willow grants you another. So for each extra Eevee you catch and transfer, you get 4 candies, meaning you'll need to catch about 8 Eevees in total to evolve just 1. On top of that, different Pokemon evolutions require different amounts of candies. Evolving a Bulbasaur to an Ivysaur, for example, only requires 25 Bulbasaur candies. However, evolving an Ivysaur to a Venusaur will require another 100 Bulbasaur candies. These candies only come in basic Pokemon varieties, and are rewarded for catching any Pokemon in a particular evolutionary chain. An effective way to gain more experience points is to use Lucky Eggs. Lucky Eggs are in-game items that you receive after hitting level 9 and can also be purchased in the shop. They double the amount of experience points you collect in a span of 30 minutes. One trick you can use to level up quicker is to hold on to every type of Pokemon you catch, then activate a Lucky Egg and begin evolving your common Pokemon. While doing this, you should also try to activate a lure module or incense to catch as many Pokemon as you can, as that also doubles the amount of experience points you get. At level 5, you'll be able to join one of Pokémon Go's 3 teams: Instinct, Yellow, Mystic, Blue, or Valor, Red. Although picking a team is a binding decision, which one you go with doesn't matter all that much. All it does is determine what gyms you are allied with or rivaled against, despite what some on the internet may have you believe. These gyms are currently the only way to challenge your might against other trainers' Pokémon. To challenge a gym, you'll need to be close enough to the real-world location to begin a battle. Once you're in proximity to it, you'll be able to assemble a team of up to 6 Pokémon to battle against that gym's team if it is held by a rival team. To attack, tap your Pokémon, or hold down on the screen to use a special attack. Swiping left or right will also allow you to dodge the enemy's attacks. Dodging can be a bit finicky depending on your connection, and even laggy at times. Over the course of a gym battle, your Pokémon may faint or become injured. Before you jump into another battle, you'll want to make sure that your team is at full health by using revives and potions, which can be found at Pokestops. At this point, you've got all the info you need to begin your quest to catch them all and become the very best like no one ever was. Before long, you'll have a cadre of high-powered Pokémon and probably a few gym captures to your name.